Hi, Roger Mills, Boating New Zealand. Today we're reviewing the First 44 from Beneteau, their performance cruiser model. This boat has just arrived at 36 degrees Brokers in Westhaven and slots between the First 36 and First 53 models. A yacht in the mid 40-foot range is for me an ideal size, providing sufficient accommodation without falling into the category of a big boat, where the loads go up along with the number of crew required to handle her. The First 44 is presented in two main versions, First 44 and First 44 Performance, each with different deck plans and options for keels and masts. The yacht comes with a fine pedigree, having won the British Yachting Awards 2023 for Performance Yacht of the Year. With such an accolade, I was keen to see how it performed, and whether it would provide all the features I expect in a comfortable cruiser. We were planning a test day with some wind, which proved a little difficult to find in the middle of winter, with a huge high-pressure system that had been reluctant to move off to the east. Our review was a game of two halves, light southeasterlies to start with, and then a gorgeous late Friday afternoon breeze filling in from the south for the second half. The boat left the dock at 36 degrees Brokers with 3 crew on board, and motored out to Bean Rock, where we could shoot some action shots from the drone. Motoring in calm conditions with the 57 horsepower Yanmar diesel proved effortless, the First 44 slipping along at an easy 8 knots. The view from the chase boat showed the yacht's generous beam carried right aft, with a very rounded, soft chine running on the length of the hull. The hull cutaway curve is cleverly disguised from some angles, but when the light catches it right, it's obvious to see. This hull turn reduces the boat's beam at the waterline, reducing its wetted surface area, while still maintaining internal volume and form stability. Twin rudders allow the wide aft sections to lift when heeled, but leave one rudder always fully immersed. This review boat is the First 44 version, fitted with the standard keel option with a draft of 2.15 metres. There are two mast options, a standard aluminium rig or a carbon fibre mast which is 1.5 metres taller and adds 15 square metres of sail area. The test boat had the aluminium rig, which, as John O'Backer from 36 degrees Brokers explained, was a conscious trade-off between price versus performance for the New Zealand market. The sails were made by North Sails and included a grey NPL Tour mainsail, Genoa and furling Jenica, which offer performance and ease of handling with a small crew. An interesting feature was the locally made furling zip-up stack pack for the mainsail by Craft Covers and Interiors. When the mainsail is raised, the stack pack rolls up and neatly zips along the boom, leaving a compact small bulge which doesn't flop about in the breeze. Good bit of Kiwi ingenuity there. The first part of the afternoon we went looking for breeze, an elusive line on the water that kept receding away from us. With the few zephyrs we found, the boat moved easily enough, showing good light wind potential. However, it was not great for getting dynamic action shots. The wind finally kicked in at around 15 knots, and the boat responded immediately, heeling over as we headed upwind to gain some room to hoist the Jenica. The windward rudder came clear of the water at times as the boat made full use of the wide hull. Although not fitted on the test boat, there is a water ballast option for adding stability, adding 350 kilograms at the push of a button to compensate for not having a full race crew aboard. Turning downwind, the furling Jenica was deployed, and the yacht accelerated easily, getting along at upwards of 10 knots. From our chase boat, it was a great sight, always in control, even with a crew of 3, and leaving a clean wake as she moved nicely through the water. Having completed the external photography, I transferred aboard for the sail back upwind. 15 knots had eased back to about 10 knots and the boat felt light on the helm, responding nicely to changes in wind pressure as they came through. We made steady progress at between 6 and 7 knots, at a good height to the wind. There is an adjustable levelling platform for the helmsperson if needed, and there's good vision across the whole deck as no dodger was fitted. As a cruiser, a dodger would be the first item I would add, so there's a chance to shelter from the elements. Still, for round the buoys racing, the current setup is ideal. The yacht was fitted with 4 Harkin winches, one of them electric to make halyard hoisting easier, and the cabin top has reinforced mounting points for additional racing winches if desired. The double spreader fractional rig has a hydraulic backstay tensioner on a split backstay, while the forestay has a manual underdeck furler for the genoa. The genoa track runs along the edge of the cabin side, which leaves the side decks completely free of any obstacles, and a pronounced upstand, or bulwark, on the deck provides security when working on the deck in a seaway. All the halyards were led aft through covered slots, giving a very clean deck. The First 44's cockpit is large, with plenty of room for crew action when required, and comfortable with 6 or more seated and relaxing around the folding cockpit table. Teak overlay on the cockpit sole provides good grip and a nice nautical feel. Twin steering pedestals house the Garmin instrument package, along with the electronic engine controls and buttons for the retractable bow thruster. All the instruments were clear and easy to view. The transom hinges down to expose a dinghy compartment, which will accommodate a 2-metre inflatable stowed sideways. Drop down, it also provides a convenient boarding platform. The layout below offers twin double quarter berths, an L-shaped galley to port, a central dining table with seating for 6, opposite a single settee berth with nav station at the end. The main head and shower are housed close to the companionway. Forward is the master double cabin with its own ensuite, nice and bright with the hull windows and overhead hatch. The ambience below is warm and relaxing, with teak trim nicely offsetting the off-white interior. A noticeable feature is the layered panelling around the main cabin hull windows, which gives a 3-dimensional effect. The boat, as tested, was presented in a form yet to be optimised by the requirements of its future owner. In addition to selecting additional sails for optimal cruising, I would consider a Dodger and Bimini, and solar charging to decrease the need for engine battery charging. On the other hand, if round the buoys racing is the higher priority, then more winches and additional race sails would move up the priority list. The test boat is moded as a performance cruiser, fitted with the standard polyester bowsprit and aluminium rig. For sportier looks and enhanced performance, customers can opt for a longer 1.5 metre carbon bowsprit, carbon rig, and bigger sails. Overall, Beneteau has produced a good-looking, practical performance yacht easily handled by a smaller crew, and with most of the necessary requirements for comfortable coastal cruising holidays. For more serious offshore sailing, the boat can be specced up with added sails, a dodger, and safety gear. I'll be interested to see how this yacht performs in local races, but from what I experienced, if sailed to her potential, she will certainly be competitive.
John Ecclestone from Boating New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel.